Megan McBride with us from the Better Business Bureau of Central New England. And Megan, once again, you brought along a terrific accredited business from the Better Business Bureau.
Yes, good morning, Hank. Thank you as always for having us on 8:30 Talk of the Commonwealth. We'll coin that term at one point. We said we will. But yes, last week we had Joe from Interstate Kitchen, which was really great. We got to learn about, kitchen designs and what are the best ways to go about that. And this week, I'm actually excited because I don't think we've ever had a sewing company on before, a company that specializes in fabrics. We've had curtains and like special window designs and such, but we're really happy to say that we have Fabric-N-Things and owner Miss Amy Owens on with us today.
Yeah, Amy, to me, this is a great business in that so many people love sewing. They love quilting, but I almost think of it as sort of a lost art right now, or if you want to get involved in it, who do you go to? Because it might be that mom didn't grow up quilting the way that you might have in past generations.
Right. So we are a small business. We're a locally owned old school fabric store, and that's what it's based on. I grew up in Leominster. We had Landry's, which was it was in an old home, and you actually sometimes took your life in your own hands going in the store because they had everything and it was packed. And although my location isn't as packed as that, we'd like to have something for everybody. So we based our premise, our model, on Mrs. Landry's old school market.
All right, so who goes walking into Fabrics-N-Things?
So you'd be relative. I mean, it's good. We have a lot of old timers that come, the true-hearted quilters, but we're getting a lot of kids, younger people, and since Joann's is closed, we're getting a lot of faces that are unfamiliar to us. And what we do with them is we just say, I do have some Joann's fabric because we're based, our mission, let's make it affordable, let's make it still that you can afford to do your craft, that you can enjoy it, and come here, and I want you to feel Joann's fabrics, and I want you to feel a good quality fabric, and it might be $1 more, but it's worth the bang. I mean, it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. So, Amy, people who come walking in, what are most of them looking for? Kind of that fabric or that hard to find fabric, or are most of them coming in for classes and to learn how to sew and quilt?
Most of them are coming in for cotton.
Cotton?
For quilting cotton, which we have. Gosh, I must have 2,000 bolts.
Okay,
of
tell me
cotton.
about quilting cotton. Something I am not familiar with.
Oh, all right. So we specialize, or we run with a couple of good brands. Moda being one of them, Andover Fabrics, which is the second one, and Benartex. Those are our three real go-to quality brands. It's got a beautiful weave. It's soft to the touch. It's just
now.
A
Does the
wonderful
cotton? Boy, this is how much I don't know. So I see the quilt, and the quilt has the cotton inside of it. Now, when you're talking about the
fabric.
It's the fabric has the cotton inside of it.
It is the fabric is the cotton.
The fabric is the cotton.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So nobody's stuffing anything in it.
Well,
you
put a layer of batting, which also is cotton inside. If you're making a quilt.
All right. Oh. Clearly, I'm going to have to go to the quilt making class so that I know how to make a quilt. I like quilts. I just haven't thought about everything that goes into making it. So when you're giving us all of these different brands are these different designs, or they're like this different quality?
They're different brands and different quality. Mm-hmm. But what these are just great quality.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. How did you have you always just been a lifelong sewer and quilter?
I have. I just took up quilting a couple of years ago when we opened the store. I was always more of a crafty kind of person, and I sewed with my mother as a child.
Yeah.
I remember, good memories. Every Saturday we'd go to the grocery store, and if we weren't making a sauce, we would sew, and I would cut out all her patterns. And that's the worst part about sewing, was to cut out the patterns. So she loved that. She was like, "Oh, we're all for it." So,
and are those different disciplines? Sewing, quilting, they're related, but they're different.
They are, yeah. Because sewing, you would think of making clothing or making curtains, or and quilting is particularly, that's that. cut apart fabric and you put it all back together, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I just saw your partner that you brought with you today just showed me a pattern, and it was so complex. Like I totally can see what you mean when you say you have to take each part of like a color, and you have to make the design and sew it into this quilt. It's not just
Crazy.
like one blank pattern you're doing. And
Right.
same with you, Hank. I'm flabbergasted right now.
Yeah, this is wild. This is this is great. This is great stuff. I would think that would be wonderful to be in. I'm looking at what you just saw too. I would think that it would be wonderful also just to be in part of this community. And tell me about that, Amy. I mean, is there a whole community of quilters, a whole community of people that will get together and
They're
sew?
lovely, lovely people. Men, women, all very giving. Most of them, like most quilters, they either give away their quilts or they donate them. And there's many organizations that, are willing to, they love them. Project Linus being one. We are affiliated with the Hole in the Wall Gang, which is Paul Newman's camp.
Sure, yeah.
Last May, we gave pillowcases and quilts, and we delivered 34 quilts from ladies and gentlemen that donated their time and
Wow.
donated the product.
Wow.
And quilting isn't cheap. A good quilt, probably they go about $200.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It's just such a lovely giving community.
And the fact that you're giving such a high quality product to someone who really needs it, and that
Right.
will last them in the
Right.
long run, when you're trying to help these like people who are less fortunate. And that's so amazing that your company is associated with some of these amazing
Yes,
organizations.
It's a great, great feeling.
Fabrics-N-Things. They are located in Leominster, 843 Central Street. Easy to find. As you said, you've really kind of got some hard to find things, but you've got everything.
We do.
And that's really what you base this on, is you just want people to be able to go in and be able to find something and something unique. What else do people need to know? What are the hours?
Our hours are, we're closed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. And we started opening Thursdays from 10 to 7 to see if we could attract some other individuals, like even Joanne's people and things like that. But I think we're going to close for the summer. We'll stay from 10 to 5. We also have a giant event coming up in the fall. September 1st through October 31st is the All New England Shop Hop. And last year was our first year. There were 90 quilt stores involved all over New England. And it's broken down into regions. So our region this year has 16 quilt stores in it, or sewing shops. So if people come in, they buy a magazine, and it lists all of the groups, and they go, and if they fill up a square, if they fill up that region with a stamp, they're eligible to receive gifts and products and promotions and things like that. And plus, it gives you an opportunity to go see all of these stores and what people offer. Last year, we had over 650 visitors during the week.
Wow.
It was wonderful.
Oh,
It was
that's
wonderful.
fantastic.
Incredible.
Amy, best way for people to get in touch with you and follow you?
So we are, our website is www.fabricsandthingsma.com. We have a large Facebook presence, and we're working on Instagram, which Megan is going to help me out with. So we have to
wonderful.
update that.
Wonderful.
But yeah. So
And
that's-
listen, folks, Fabrics N, that's the letter N, things, MA.com. So fabricsandthingsma.com.
Yeah, in addition to quilting, we have alterations. We offer alterations. We offer classes. So,
Prom season.
prom season. We have, oh my gosh, what else do we do? Sewing machine repair, basics.
I'm going to say you do it all.
We try.
Amy at Fabrics and Things, Central Street in Leominster. Thank you so much for coming in. Amy,
Yep.
what do we need to know about what's happening with the BBB?
Well, Hank, thank you. As always, bbb.org, best way to reach us. We are hoping to get out and go to a lot of events this summer. I'm going to a Meet the Media seminar today, so if you're going to that, hope to see you there. And we hope to see you next week. We'll have another wonderful accredited business, and looking forward to it.
Amy Owen, thank you so much for coming by today.
Thank you.